but this is for my fellas.
Word.
Yeah, this is for like real men who take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Big on it.
Yeah. If you ain't got none, you take care of your nephews. But right. So look, this is the quick story. I was married. I had we had a kid while we was married. I went overseas, came back. She was already pregnant. Got a DNA test for the son that was there. He turned out my son, but he's still my son. So I wrote about that. That's what it's about. It's called DNA. Listen.
Thank you.
Listen, ladies. If you like boys, you end up with boyfriends. Don't get me started. Boys get you baby daddies, not baby fathers. Child support, not support my child regardless. Shit, you start. And I can't think clearly. Should I stay or go run and see if I can find my tomorrows? Because my yesterdays is fucking with my today. The paper said you are not this child's father. Excuse me if I don't jump around. I know you watch Maury, but excuse me if my reaction is not the normal one you used to see. So if my face describes the face of a man in need of his son, then a picture's worth 1,000 verbs. Breathe in, exhale slowly as a piece of paper physically breaks our genetic bond. How do you separate someone who's joined at your hip? How can I tell him for a brief moment his mother swallowed her vowels but still on E? A-I-O, you nothing. Your name is nameless. And he's only 5 years old, not smart enough to know that the world spins on his axis, but his rotates around his father. / wrestler. / the greatest damn piggyback giver in the whole wide world.
Love it.
Yeah. You see, because if God made a woman from a man's rib, then he must made his son from his son. Clone Jesus into each one, but you are not this child's father. Does DNA mean daddy's not allowed to be called daddies anymore? Fathers not allowed to make meals happy anymore. Some questions are better off unanswered. So you hope and you wish and you pray that God doesn't bound you for your faults and turn you to a pillow of salt. You see, I don't know which is more, your sins or the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah plus Satan's intentions times 3. What's infinity if I can't share it with someone who completes me? I feel weakened in Samson after his hair was cut. So you touch and you feel his hands trembling because he don't understand why he can't walk the distance between me and how things used to be. I've been there from day one, taught him how to say one and his ABCs. Right. Charleston, listen.
All right.
Always be cautious. Don't ever forget God. Heaven is Jesus. No, love means never omit people. Question real situations. Trust you. Victories when extra yields 0. So you listen. And you watch for the changing of his guard. His point will be shooting you in your heart. I have enough power to move forward. No longer the center of his team, but an X-Man, a Wolverine. But once his father, always his dad. So every step, I step over the bad. Every step, I step over the past. The good times will last as long as he's in my life. I need him more than he needs me. Read his itinerary and mission statement. Depart from heaven, arrive 9 months later. Skin color yields instant haters. Beware of false friends. No wolves will be dressed as your kin. But be that reason this boy turns into a man. Be the other hand folded while you two are praying. Listen, fellas. If you clothe them, feed them, put a roof over their heads to know this is true, you are their fathers because that's what real fathers do. Even a fool can plant a seed. Single parents, can I get a witness? But how many men are willing to do the crime and not willing to serve the minimum 18-year sentence? And try to plea bargain for less time. He ain't mine, only lasts until that DNA test ain't passed. You see, stepping up sometimes means stepping down. Fatherly duties isn't only when you come around. Daycare isn't free. And know the difference between a 4 and a 4T. So if your history tells your story and you have been replaced by a good man, then finally be a man. Let him go.
All right.